The largest federal discrimination case in law enforcement is being covered up. That's what Federal Air Marshals are saying. And U.S. Representative Kathy Castor is concerned after seeing an inspector review and our report suggesting a cover-up. 10 News investigator Mike Deason, who did the stories that triggered the Inspector General investigation, is here now with the very latest.
Done and over with. This is a whitewash. Is a whitewash from the top down.
Former Federal Air Marshal Steve Theodoropoulos is talking about this 21-month Inspector General investigation. It was triggered after we found supervisors in the Orlando, Tampa office were playing this Jeopardy game using disparaging terms for blacks, women, gays, lesbians, Hispanics, and veterans.
The largest federal racist discrimination case in the history of federal law enforcement is going on, and it's being covered up.
And that's because the Air Marshals say the Jeopardy board is symbolic of the attitude of managers in the agency.
If it affects us, it affects the flying public.
They never interviewed the right people.
And while the Inspector General's report highlighted a number of issues, I want to see the accountability now.
U.S. Representative Kathy Castor of Tampa wrote this letter to the chairman of the House Oversight Committee expressing her concerns about the disturbing findings within the report, but says grave issues remain. She feels even stronger about her concerns after seeing our report with the Federal Air Marshals. And while the Inspector General's report says there is not a systemic problem with the managers of the Federal Air Marshals who protect the flying public, Castor disagrees and in turn agrees with the Federal Air Marshals. She says there has to be further scrutiny of this agency.
I'm not convinced that the supervisory ranks are pure when it comes to the Federal Air Marshals.
And Castor likes the suggestion made by many air marshals who say if they were put into another agency and management was eliminated, it would save $100 million a year.
The United States Congress should demand tonight that the agency be put into receivership and be administered by competent, legitimate law enforcement.
We've got to be leaner in the federal government. We've got a raging debt and deficit. This may be an area where we could achieve some cost savings.
Castor says not only will she push for the savings, but also push for cleaning up the management of the agency to achieve the most important goal. And that's to ensure the flying public is safe every time it gets on an airplane. Mike Deason, 10 News.
Now, the Air Marshals say they want to take their case to Congress and tell their story to the Oversight Committee. Castor says she will try to help them do that.